If we think of protests as an unusual thing in Iranian life, then yes, we might think of what's going on here as a big change. But protests are actually a feature in the Islamic Republic. They're not a departure. They're perhaps getting more attention today, and there's social media, so you see a lot more of, you see videos and footage and images, but they've been happening since the beginning of this regime, and actually going back to the early 20th century with the constitutional movement. So protests, discontent, reform efforts are all part of, an inherent part of Iranian public life. And if you go back again to 2009 and then later into 2012 and then 2017 and 2018, people have been predicting that the Islamic Republic will collapse. And actually there's a joke that goes around in Iranian families, which is, inshallah next year in Tehran. Right, but inshallah next year in Tehran has been sort of kicked down the road for 41 years. And the IRGC came out and took responsibility, kind of shockingly actually. It's not something they typically do. They're not an organization that is known for accountability, for taking responsibility. And they did that for a change, saying that they had down the airliner accidentally, and they tried to take responsibility for that.
Iran can't choose to ignore what is going on in Iraq because ISIS actually poses a viable threat to Iranian borders. The Iranian view, which is actually quite different from some other countries, and especially Sunni majority countries' views. The Iranian Supreme Leader is said to have issued a fatwa, that is a decree prohibiting nuclear weapons. I have spoken to a number of Shia authorities in the past few years doing my research, and most of them, actually all of them, have said that on the use they are positive that it is prohibited by the Shia jurisprudence. And one of the reasons they say this is that very similar to principles that we have in international law.
There are reports that Iran's foreign minister, who's the face of Western engagement, is also going to be sanctioned by the end of the week. Someone like Zarif, who has been the face of engagement with the West, well, you've lost a lot of your political capital.